When it comes to modern comedy television, few shows have created the kind of loyal following that Impractical Jokers has enjoyed for over a decade. The hidden camera prank series has built its success on outrageous challenges, genuine friendships, and the willingness of its stars to humiliate themselves for the sake of laughter. One of the show's most beloved members, Quinn, known to fans simply as Q, recently celebrated a major milestone, his 50th birthday. As news of the occasion spread across social media platforms, fans, fellow comedians, and longtime viewers flooded the internet with heartfelt tributes, memories, and appreciation for the comedian who has spent years making audiences laugh. For many fans of Impractical Jokers, Q isn't just a performer, he's a familiar face who has grown alongside the show. His dry humor, quick wit, and often reluctant participation in outrageous dares have made him a standout personality in the series' long history. Turning 50 marks more than just another birthday for Quinn. It symbolizes a journey that began decades ago with a group of childhood friends who simply wanted to make people laugh. From Staten Island friends to television fame, the story of Impractical Jokers begins long before television cameras arrived. Quinn and his co-stars, James Murray, Sal Vulcano, and Joe Gatto, grew up together in Staten Island. The four friends first bonded during their high school years while attending Monsignor Farrell High School. Their shared love of comedy led them to form an improv group years later known as the Tenderloins. The Tenderloins started performing live sketch comedy and improv shows across New York. Like many aspiring entertainers, they faced their share of struggles while trying to break into the industry. Yet their natural chemistry and fearless humor eventually caught the attention of television executives. In 2011, their big break arrived when Impractical Jokers premiered on True TV. The concept was simple but brilliant. The comedians would challenge each other to perform embarrassing tasks in public while hidden cameras captured unsuspecting reactions. If one joker refused to complete a challenge, he received a punishment, often far more humiliating than the original dare. The formula proved irresistible. Brian, Q, Quinn, the reluctant rule breaker. While all four jokers brought their own comedic style to the show, Quinn quickly developed a unique reputation among fans. Unlike some of his co-stars who often seemed eager to push boundaries, Q frequently appeared hesitant during the show's wildest challenges. That reluctance, however, became part of his charm. Viewers loved watching Quinn struggle to maintain composure while being forced into awkward situations, whether giving bizarre presentations to strangers, making ridiculous announcements in crowded spaces, or delivering cringe-worthy lines written by his friends. His reactions were genuine, and that authenticity resonated with audiences. Even when he looked like he wanted to disappear from embarrassment, Q rarely backed down from a challenge. Over the years, that determination, and his ability to laugh at himself, earned him enormous respect among fans of the show. The punishments that made him famous. No discussion of Q's time on Impractical Jokers would be complete without mentioning the infamous punishments. Each joker has endured countless humiliating moments, but some of Q's punishments have become legendary among viewers. One memorable punishment forced him to present bizarre and nonsensical art to a gallery crowd, pretending to be a serious artist while the other jokers fed him ridiculous descriptions. Another iconic moment saw him chained to a mime performer for an extended period, something that tested both his patience and sense of humor. Then there was the time he had to sit through a parenting seminar despite having no children, awkwardly pretending to offer advice. Moments like these highlight what makes Q special. His ability to turn pure embarrassment into comedy gold. Fans flood social media with love. When Quinn's 50th birthday arrived, fans wasted no time sharing their appreciation online. Messages poured in across platforms like X, Instagram, and Reddit, with many longtime viewers posting their favorite clips and memories. Some fans thanked him for years of laughter, while others shared how the show helped them through difficult times. In a world that often feels chaotic, Impractical Jokers has provided a reliable source of joy, and Q has been a major part of that. Several fans noted how surreal it felt that the jokers, who once seemed like mischievous teenagers, are now reaching major life milestones. Yet for many viewers, Quinn still feels like the same hilarious friend they first watched more than a decade ago. The evolution of Impractical Jokers. Over the years, Impractical Jokers has evolved significantly. The show's popularity led to live tours, spin-off specials, and even a feature film, Impractical Jokers, the movie. The 2020 movie expanded the show's prank format into a larger narrative adventure, bringing the Joker's chaotic humor to theaters. Another major change came when Joe Gatto departed the series in 2021. His exit marked the end of the original four-member lineup that fans had known since the beginning. Despite the shift, the show continued with Q, Sal, and Murr at the helm, often joined by celebrity guest stars who participated in challenges and punishments. Through it all, Quinn remained one of the emotional anchors of the series, balancing sarcasm, vulnerability, and comedic timing. Beyond the pranks, Q's other projects. Although Impractical Jokers remains his most recognizable project, Brian Quinn has explored several creative ventures beyond the show. One of his most notable side projects is the popular podcast Tell 'Em Steve Dave, which he co-hosts with longtime friends. The podcast blends storytelling, pop culture discussions, and absurd humor, giving fans a deeper look into Quinn's personality outside the prank format. He's also appeared on various television and radio programs, participated in live comedy tours, and connected with fans at conventions and meet-and-greet events. These projects have helped expand his audience while reinforcing his reputation as one of the most relatable personalities in comedy. A loyal fanbase that keeps growing. Part of what makes Q's 50th birthday celebration so meaningful is the loyalty of the Impractical Jokers fan community. Unlike many reality shows that fade after a few seasons, the series has maintained a strong following for more than a decade. Fans often describe the Jokers not just as comedians but as friends they've grown up watching. The genuine bond between the cast members has always been central to the show's appeal. Their friendship feels authentic, and their laughter is rarely forced. That chemistry is something that can't be manufactured, and it's a big reason why the show continues to resonate with audiences. The impact of improv comedy. The success of Impractical Jokers also reflects the broader appeal of improvisational comedy. Unlike scripted sitcoms, the show thrives on unpredictability. The Jokers never know exactly how strangers will react, and that uncertainty creates moments that feel spontaneous and real. Brian Quinn's improvisational skills are particularly impressive because he often has to react instantly to instructions whispered in his ear by the other Jokers. Whether delivering awkward compliments, pitching bizarre business ideas, or asking strangers absurd questions, Q manages to stay in character while navigating unpredictable situations. It's a skill that takes years of practice, and one that Quinn developed during his early days performing with the Tenderloins. Celebrating 50 years of Brian Quinn. Turning 50 is a milestone for anyone, but for Brian Quinn it represents decades of friendship, creativity, and laughter. Fans see his birthday as an opportunity to reflect on everything he has contributed to modern comedy. From unforgettable punishments to spontaneous public pranks, Q has helped create hundreds of moments that fans still quote and rewatch today. And while birthdays often prompt reflection, they also point toward the future. Many viewers are eager to see what the next chapter of Quinn's career will bring, whether that means new seasons of Impractical Jokers, additional podcasts, or entirely new creative ventures. Why fans connect with Q. Part of Q's enduring popularity comes from his relatability. Unlike many celebrities who cultivate a polished public image, Quinn has always embraced his imperfections. He laughs at his own mistakes, admits when he's nervous about a challenge, and rarely pretends to be something he isn't. That honesty has made him one of the most beloved figures in modern comedy television. Fans often say that watching him feels like hanging out with a friend rather than watching a performer. The legacy of a comedy classic. As Brian Quinn celebrates his 50th birthday, it's impossible to ignore the lasting impact of Impractical Jokers. The show has influenced countless prank series, inspired online creators, and proven that simple ideas, when executed with authenticity, can resonate with audiences around the world. For over a decade, Q and his friends have shown that comedy doesn't always need elaborate scripts or massive budgets. Sometimes all it takes is a group of friends daring each other to do something ridiculous. Looking ahead, if the past decade is any indication, Brian Quinn's story is far from over. Fans continue to support his work, attend live shows, and share clips of their favorite moments online. Whether he's facing another embarrassing punishment or sharing stories on a podcast, Q remains one of the most genuine personalities in entertainment. And as he enters his 50s, one thing is clear: the laughter isn't stopping anytime soon. For fans of Impractical Jokers, celebrating Brian Quinn's milestone birthday is more than just honoring a comedian. Party popper.